chariot has arrived. Dope.
Yeah, this thing's loud as shit. Out the window. Oh, undo the hood for you. I'm already committed. I was like, fuck. I forgot about that.
I don't know.
The guy at U-Haul or the guy usually. I think he was a
Tried to shove it through, it didn't want to go through. Oh, okay, I see my mistake. I was trying to shove that whole back portion through. Car is all loaded up on the trailer. Step 1, piss off the neighbors. Done. Let's go to Spokane. Alright, you guys, we're like 20 minutes out from Josh's right now. We spent the last like 3.5 hours driving out here. We went through the mountain pass, through the desert of Washington, out to Spokane area. So once we start pulling up to the shop, give you guys a rundown. Remember, today's dyno session is just break-in tune and some wastegate pulls, assuming that the car back there cooperates with us, because we all know that thing's been a huge pain in the ass, doesn't want to cooperate, throws a fit. So hoping that everything just goes smoothly. We still have to finish burping the cooling system. We'll do that on the dyno. Like I said, I couldn't keep idle down enough while we were at the house to be able to finish burping it. It just kept climbing up like 3, 4, 4,500 RPM. So we'll let Josh bring the idle back down, get the rest of the air out of the cooling system, and then start tuning from there. So when we're like 2 minutes out, I'll grab the camera and we'll start going. I honestly don't know what today's gonna consist of. I don't know how it's gonna go. So we'll just play it by ear as it happens. I think I see Josh's truck down there. That one Josh's?
Yep.
Hello, Josh. There's a Senor Josh around here somewhere. It's quite windy out here too. Whoop. Is he hiding in there? We made it, Josh. Thank you, Anthony, for towing us. You can be hanging out all day. Chase, right?
Yep. Yes,
Chase. So, let's get this thing towed off. I apologize to your neighbors. I don't think people realize just how loud this thing actually is.
I see. We don't have neighbors.
That's all that matters.
I mean, our neighbors, but it's commercial.
You want to film for me? A little loud.
You added mufflers to this thing.
I did, dude. They're back there. It's got mufflers.
It don't sound like me. Why didn't you just put it out the fender or something? It would have been quieter at that point.
I don't know.
What the
It has to be just the full length of the exhaust.
I don't know.
Now you're making me question.
It's always. This bumper's.
Did you fix it?
No.
It's crashed.
You pulled off a little quick.
It's revs. This bumper is fucking garbage. I need an 18 plus bumper anyways. It doesn't like to fit anyways. There we go.
Yeah, good as new.
Just gotta shove it back on.
Alright, well, I'm gonna load this map and see if we can get the idle
Dope.
down.
See if we can get the idle down a little bit. Yeah, idle's a little bit high.
Is the cable in here?
Yeah, I'll grab it out for you. Here's these if you want to toss those in the cup holder. Like 4,000. Cable.
Why is the island so high?
I don't know, dude.
Because it should be.
It's all sorts of tangled.
I had it set at 1,000 RPMs. I bumped up to 1,200, but I mean, 4,000. We gotta have like a vacuum.
I don't know. I f***ed around with it. It was my fault. I was playing with some things.
Because it worked before, right? It was idling before?
It was idling before when warm, but on cold start is when it idles so high. Yeah, and it'll stay high up until it gets somewhat near coolant temp a little bit more. Put one in your car. It's only a pain in the ass. Just throw one in yours.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up. All right, 10 minutes in, we had one leak. We already fixed that. It was off the OPR, you know, it's just this car being this car. Josh is getting the idle worked out right now before we pull it in there to be able to go do all the fun stuff. He was able to bring idle down. There's some weird stuff going on with it right now, so we're just gonna work out some of the base stuff. Once the base stuff is kind of worked out, then I'll grab the camera again and give you guys an update. Let us just kind of get it dialed in so that way it's not idling high as hell. It's idling way fucking better already. Oh, I thought that one blew up. Oh yeah, it's a little smoky.
Sounds good.
It doesn't sound bad. It's a little smoky. A little bit. All right, you guys, so we got the rest of the cooling system bled. Everything is working, everything is sounding great so far. Josh got the idle to come down and kind of chill out, so that way it's not idling at 4,000 anymore. It's idling more around the range like 1,100, which sounds way better. So we're getting ready to throw this thing on the dyno over up in here. Damn.
Are you ready to party or what?
Yeah, dude, let's party.
Fingers crossed, no problem.
We shouldn't have any problems, hopefully.
Like it's running good?
I fixed most of them.
All right. I'll hold you to it.
If there's any problems, they're new problems now. I hope. I hope. Oh, look at that. Way better. Idle's way fucking better. What is strobing here?
That
Oh.
You know, there's usually a car on the dyno.
I was about to say you had a timing light going on right now.
That's what it is. It's magically how we time them.
Hey, you like how much clearance I got between that crank pulley and that fan?
It could be closer.
We'll probably push it in a little bit more.
Dude, it drove on the dyno.
Yeah, it fucking drove way better.
Dude, it just right on, no problem.
Yeah.
I could just even ride on. Felt
beautiful.
a little scrape, so I tried to go slow with them.
It's the exhaust. Sits so goddamn low. Like,
Take a look.
hey, don't touch though.
It don't touch though.
It don't touch. That's all that matters.
It is all that matters until I strap it down.
So car pulled on the dyno just fine, which is good. So I think we're gonna start to mainly right now drivability stuff. Wastegate pulls is what I'm very curious about. Remy, what you think it's gonna make on wastegate?
900.
Fucking 900. 900 on wastegate. I think 515.
That was 550.
I think 550? Oh, I think 515. What do you think?
I'm gonna go 464.
Oh, that's low. That hurt. That hurt. Josh, what do you think it's gonna make on wastegate?
How big is the spring?
14
14 pound spring?
in both wastegates.
Depending on where we're at with timing, I'd say it's probably gonna make 450
What?
on gate.
What? What?
Keep in mind it is pump gas, so
I know.
Oh, you're pumped.
it is.
Bro, I'm used to the E2, but this one hasn't really seen anything other than garage time for like 18 months. Yo, what kind of fuel did the dude have in the Evo? Do you know? That was like some brown ass smelly fuel. It was like kerosene.
I have no idea.
It was
Probably
nasty.
Evo Boy fuel, Q16.
It smelled so bad, dude.
I don't doubt it. Well, that car was also sitting for how many years without?
I think
I almost
since
bought that
2017.
car.
You almost bought it?
A long time ago.
Be glad you didn't.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did. When I went to go buy it, it had the motor in it.
Oh, did it?
Oh, so
It
you
showed the motor
that
in
was
it?
like 2017.
Yeah, it was a long time
Yeah,
ago
okay.
because it had the motor, tranient, it was missing brakes
Yeah.
and turbo kit.
Oh.
Well,
It was
I got-
missing a
you
lot
still
more
have
when
the
I got it.
I think he still had the brakes then.
Were they the purple ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, for that one vacuum line. You could see I kind of stitched together all the
I
spare.
had the Judge.
It was all the spare line. Everything else solid.
Nice pretty lines,
I
and then we got
know.
this.
I know.
At least we ain't going where Powerland is today.
I know. That'll be fixed. That was a last minute ordeal to try to try to get that sorted. Look, you can even see my beautiful AutoZone fitting that I dug out of the bottom of my toolbox.
Are you telling me before we go to Powerland, does that mean we're getting a bigger turbo?
If I can afford it. Turbos are expensive.
Move it.
Yeah, that looks fun. You got a fun sniffer.
Yeah, that seems fun. Fun to touch. I guess.
Alright, getting ready to set up for some of the drivability stuff, get that stuff through those fans. Strong ass fans, I'm about it. That's way better than when we were trying to E-tune it. Woo-hoo-hoo! It's fucking moving! Oh my god, dude, what the? That's a little loud. What was that?
So I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and it has some limiter set up in the map that I'm trying to find right now.
That was dope, whatever that was.
That's what it's hitting right now.
Let me get that on recording.
It's just like launch control.
That sounds cool. It's a little louder than we anticipated. Well, imagine what it did without the mufflers. Oh! Woohoo! That was fire! That shot fire! Woo! You find it yet?
No, I turned off the launch control feature, and then I turned off race timer, and it's still...
Is it engine protection? Is it going in?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think it's going into engine protection mode.
So it has a current code for engine position error.
Wait, what?
It says DCC engine position error. So I think it's going in protection for one, that, or the oil pressure.
The oil pressure one, I've been trying to turn off. The position sensor one, I've never seen it throw that one before. Will you try erasing it and see if it, have you already tried that? And see
I
if it
haven't tried, no. Engine protection.
It may have thrown that code because I did have the entire harness disconnected for a while when I was cleaning out coolant, swapping out that coolant crossover. How coolant temps looking? 195, that's not bad.
No, it's been doing great.
That's good.
I'm going to turn off the engine protection, and I'm going to clear that code.
Yeah, it's just loud as fuck.
Let's see. Yeah. So I cleared that. This clears code.
It's somewhere in one of these tabs. They're hiding it from us.
Because like I said, that one was just at 3,000.
Yeah. That was one of the limiters. We're finding the limiters.
So it's getting better. But it's still there.
The turbo sounds wild though.
Right?
So there's a limiter somewhere in the ECU that's fighting us right now. Every time we hit 3,500 RPM, it breaks up and it does that crazy anti-lag sound and it's losing sync with the engine. So we're playing with hidden settings to find where this menu may be, because whenever it's hitting that, it cuts sync. So we're just going through menus. Once we make some more progress, we'll do some more updates. So we're throwing a code for engine position, but we're able to bypass it right now by changing the filter level. The oscilloscope looks fine. There's nothing like outstanding in the oscilloscope that would indicate a bad sensor, a bad trigger wheel, or anything like that. It all looks normal. So we do have a check engine light at the moment. We're gonna go ahead and just keep going with it for base tuning, but we can rev now without it breaking up, which is solid.
Getting there.
Josh, you found the wizardry.
Moon tune time.
The secret wizardry button. Holy fuck! That's a lot of shit! It's so... I need more mufflers. I need more. I need all the fucking mufflers.
Like it has a little hiccup, but I still have that code for the engine position. But I'm noticing it still has a little hiccup there. So they still have to look into it. We can at least get it going because it seemed like it's at like 555. So I can at least get you a clean braking map.
Okay.
You know, usually 4500 where we do a braking map.
Alright.
So I should be able to at least get you dialed in there.
Yeah, I'll grab a second cam or a second trigger wheel just in case and get another one made that's a little cleaner. So if worst case scenario, we can swap it out again. Hey guys, so guess what? Come back in the future because we can't figure out this engine. It can't find engine position for some reason. We've tried swapping out the crank sensor, we've tried swapping out the cam sensor, we've tried playing with the wiring, made sure that everything is getting voltage. The crank position sensor is picking up RPM. The cam position sensor and the crank position sensor oscilloscope both look good, but for some reason, it's just throwing a fit and we can't get engine position. I do feel better now because the engine at least has some load on it, so the rings are actually seated to the cylinder walls now. It's possible it could have jumped timing. I feel like the timing belt has a lot of tension on it already, but I don't know. If it did, we can't pull it here. There's so much stuff in the way. We have to pull the radiator out, we got to pull the intercooler out, bumper's got to come off, got to drain the radiator again. It's so much work to be able to check mechanical timing, but if mechanical timing checks out, then it's got to be something wire or sensor related at this point. But the map is built out enough at this point that once we get this issue sorted, we can at least get some break-in miles on it. Josh said he could remote back into our computer again, make basic changes here and there, but for the most part, the majority of the break-in tune is done, which is good. So let me get everything loaded up in the car. Let's get it unhitched from the dyno. We'll get it pushed on the trailer and we'll start headed back. And then once it gets back in the garage, I'll start draining the radiator, pulling timing covers, verifying timing, and making sure that everything is solid. So, one step at a time, I guess. Yeah. I can't say we didn't try today. We made killer progress.
I'll sell this one.
Thank you for doing what you do.
I tried.
It's, you know.
You can only do so much when the engine physically does not want to run.
Yeah. All right, we tried. We did what we could.
We checked everything we could. Now it's down to just making sure mechanical timing is right, and that's not a very easy thing to do, obviously.
Yeah. So when we get when we get the car back to the garage, you guys, we'll get the bumper pulled off, we'll get the intercooler pulled back off, get the radiator drained again. Fucking, dude, I've burped this thing so many fucking. At least I have a radiator drain now, so.
I'm happy we got to do quite a bit of vacuum tuning. You know, nothing really into power, into boost, but a lot of vacuum tuning, so that way he has at least a solid break-in start. So that way we can just go on live and I can make some changes. But it ran good too.
It did. It was loud as fuck.
It was very loud. You can put some mufflers on.
I know,
like
right?
some real mufflers.
Add some mufflers to it.
Yeah.
It does need some bigger mufflers. So on the bright side, I feel a lot better. It's got load on the rings now, which was my big thing, because I didn't want to keep letting it idle without load on the rings. I mean, granted, we probably put maybe a mile on there.
Hardly anything.
Yeah, hardly anything at all, but at least it has load versus not having any load at all.
She said.
I know, right? That is what she said. So fun times.
Fun.
It's a motor swap, you guys. It's all custom. It's all one-off stuff. So I mean, we expected problems. I was hoping today was gonna go flawless.
You would never come here thinking that you're going to have a cam position issue.
No. It's not even cam, it's just some engine position. It doesn't know, the engine doesn't know
Where it's at.
what the fuck's going on with the ECU. And it wasn't bad. So prior to bringing the car, you guys have seen, I've revved the car up to like 5K, no fucking problem. And then it got worse progressively through the day, which means probably wiring, we swapped sensors.
Yep.
Wiring is possible, but I mean, we got some digging to do to figure out what's going on with it.
It's always hard to work on cars and dynos.
That's true.
It's just tough.
I mean, if it was an EJ, I mean, we could tear an EJ apart in fucking 20 minutes. But with this not being an EJ, it's a little bit different. There's also an oil leak that started that I got to fix now too, so it's off the oil pan. If anyone has an EG33 stock oil pan, let me know, I'll buy it. And oil pickup, I'll buy them. Bye, Josh. Thank you for the stuff and the things. I'll keep you posted on what I find.
Okay.
It'll be hopefully nothing major.
Moon tune is postponed.
I mean, we weren't doing the moon tune today anyways, but.
I mean, you didn't.
You might have ended up doing it.
I mean, didn't think it, but.
Doing the moon tune.
We'll find the issue. We'll get it sorted, figure it out. Hopefully, it's probably something dumb. It's always fucking something stupid. Yeah. Another 154 years, as everyone says on the internet. Shit takes time. Time and money. So we'll get out of your hair, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Later, dog.
Keep you posted. All right, it's the next day. We've made it back. We got back late last night. So overall, the dyno went pretty well. The car's healthy. It was responding well up until we started running into these issues. Now, here's the thing. This issue didn't come out of nowhere on the dyno. This issue was actually present when I went to drive the car last time when Josh tried to e-tune the car. It just wasn't throwing code for it. Now, here's the thing. The only thing I can think of is maybe timing is off, and as the tune was getting better and it was getting worked out more, the problem became more apparent. We were able to bypass it a little bit because the car was still responding well. It was still healthy and everything was still running fine. AFRs were good, everything was in check, no knock, nothing like that. So everything overall is healthy with the car. It's just this issue. Like every time you guys would hear it on the dyno and it would start breaking up, that was the issue that we were running into. Could be TDC offsets a little off. Could be mechanical timing is a little bit off. So I don't know. I gotta find out what the problem is. But once this problem is sorted, the tune's built out enough where I can start driving the car to start putting in some break-in miles on it. We'll do some more remote tuning with Josh. At this point, we can actually do that. Before, it was just like everything needed to be gone through and adjusted and touched. It's a custom-built car with everything like fully. It's gonna take a little bit of time to dial it in 100%. So based off of what we saw with the oscilloscope, it makes me think that the crank sprocket itself is all right. I'm still going to check it when I get all this stuff off. The bumper's gotta come off, this core support's gotta come off, radiator's gotta come out, coolant's gotta come out, intercooler's gotta come off, just so that way I can get access down there, because there's no way I can pull timing covers with how close that fan is to be able to get a tool in there to be able to pull that sprocket off. So that's probably what I'll be doing today, this afternoon, and tomorrow. We also found another issue that I'm gonna try to remedy. I'm gonna try to get like a heat blanket made for my fuel rail over here. We did notice that this fuel rail was getting rather hot, so if we can mitigate that by correcting it, we're going to do so. I'm also gonna get rid of this OPR. Josh suggested getting rid of it because it has taken out a turbo for him in the past, so I'd rather not do that. And it turns out I don't have a power steering leak. It was just the oil pan the entire time. So if anybody is selling a stock EG33 crank sprocket, a stock EG33 oil pan and oil pickup, please let me know. I will buy them from you and we'll get them sorted And that way, oh no, Josh, I stole your magnet, man. Josh, if you see this, I'll bring this back when we come back for Power Tunes. This is my ransom now to get the car back on the dyno. This magnet right here. Apologies. Also, sorry for letting my car eat your 1/4" 10mm socket, dude. I also need to go ahead and get some better mufflers ordered for this thing because the car it's way too loud, you guys. It is way too loud. Like, it is ear blistering, deafening loud to the point where I need bigger mufflers. I literally cannot put in a resonator. There's no resonator that'll fit. It's a 4-inch turbo back. If we put a 4-inch, I have a 4-inch resonator back there. I've tried to fit it in. It's going to hit the drive shaft, so I can't run a resonator in the mid-pipe section. So it's whatever I can fit in the axle back. I may swap over to a single exit exhaust with a very, very large muffler. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do quite yet, but that's all I got for you guys on this one. Incredible progress. Massive strides for the EG33 and the STI. Hopefully it's back on the road by the end of this week, assuming that it's an easy mechanical fix. I have a feeling, I don't think it jumped timing, like I said. The way that the EG works, there's 2 timing components. There's the internal cam gears, which it's impossible for one of those to jump. And then there's the external timing belt, which I think it could be a little bit off, or it's a crank sprocket, or it's something else. I'm not entirely sure yet. So that's all I got for you guys on this one. If you like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead, hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it turns for you. Once again, thank you to our friend over at Baderbuilt, Mr. Josh himself, for taking the time to start working on this thing. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, which you should be because we are nowhere near done with this thing yet, hit that button. One of these corners. No idea which one I'll put it in quite yet. But with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.